Welcome to Analytical Mind Podcast, where we breathe life into lines and dive deep into the emotions behind the words. I am Alfie.
And I am Crystal. Today, we're setting our sights and hearts on a woman who turned personal pain into poetic passion, Elizabeth Barrett Browning.
She is known for her groundbreaking work, Sonnets from the Portuguese. Elizabeth gave us the glimpse into the most private corners of her soul, and among those sonnets, one stands out for its honesty and vulnerability, which is the Sonnet 23.
This isn't just a love poem. It's quite confrontation with self-doubt, a raw confession of fear, and a gentle surrender to love. But to fully appreciate it, we must first hear it, not just read.
Is it ended so if I lay her dead? But is doubtless any life in losing mine? And I'll put aside redeem our cold will shine because of great thoughts falling from my head. I marveled, my beloved, when I read thy thoughts so in the letter. I am dying, but so much to thee. Can I pour thy wine while my hands tremble? And my soul, instead of dreams of death, visions life's lower range. Then love me, look at me, breathe on me, as brighter ladies do not count it strange for love to give away curse and degree. I yield the grave for thy sake and exchange my near sweet view of heaven for earth with thee.
Such a wonderful melody, right?
Exactly.
The first line, "Oh love, I'm not worthy here," stops me every time. You can feel the ache in her voice. It's more than just a poetry. It's like a confession.
And this Elizabeth is at her most fragile. She's asking if I were gone, would you miss me? Not to be dramatic, but because she is unsure of her worth in someone else's life. That's a level of vulnerability that cuts very deep.
Yeah, so for now, let's step back and look of her life. Elizabeth spent much of her youth in near complete isolation. She was chronically ill, emotionally default, and heavily controlled by a father who didn't believe that she would ever marry.
And yet, through all that, she found someone who is Robert Browning. He saw her brilliance and her brokenness and chose her still. Their love grew through letters before they ever met in person. She poured her soul into the pages, and he also answered with understanding.
That's what makes this poem so powerful.
Indeed.
It wasn't written from comfort, it was written from fear, from disbelief. Like she's wondering, how could this love possibly be real?
And that line that says, "Can I pour thy wine while my hands tremble?" It hits especially hard. She's saying that, can I serve you? Can I love you back when I'm still so fragile? That's such a human emotion.
It's like the balance between desire and doubt that makes the poem so relatable. Elizabeth is stepping into an unknown, afraid but willing. And in doing so, she reminds us that love doesn't always arrive when we're ready. Sometimes it arrives when we're still healing.
And this shift in perspective is a key. Her vulnerability intensifies when she asks, "But so much of thee, can I pour thy wine while my hands tremble?" We can feel her fear that she might not be worthy of this love. The trembling hands shows how the uncertain she feels. It's not just about the love she gives, but how she questions if that love is enough.
And I love how this poem goes beyond just doubt and fear. The next line, "Then love me, love, look at me, breathe on me." This plea a passionate call for a reassurance. She's asking for her lover to validate her, to remind her of her worth.
Yes. And it's as if she is surrendering, offering herself fully in love, even in the midst of uncertainty. The line, "I yield the grave for thy sake, and exchange my near sweet view of heaven for earth that with thee." It speaks of ultimate sacrifices. She's willing to trade heaven for the love of this man. It's like a powerful emotional moment. She's choosing love despite her doubts and her fears.
Yes, exactly. That's how heartwarming this sonnet is. So enough from that, partner. Now let's move on to explore this emotional depth even further. So we're joined by two insightful guests who will help us unpack the sonnet's meaning and its connection to Elizabeth's life. So let's welcome Marl and May to our conversation.
Hi! Welcome! Thank you for having us here today. We're so glad. We're also glad to have you here.
Thank you both for being here with us today. So now, let's start with you, May. So from a literary standpoint, how does Sonnet 23 fit into Elizabeth's overall poetic journey?
So, thank you. What strikes me is how intimate it is compared to her earlier work. Elizabeth used to write more publicly about politics, social injustice, but here she's writing ones that no one's watching. It's almost a diary. You feel emotional, shift from a woman's silence.
So there was a time in my life when I did not believe I deserved love because of my past mistakes, or maybe because I felt I was too broken at the time. So when someone came into my life and saw me completely, like my flaws and all, and I had the same reaction like Elizabeth did, like disbelief, hesitation, and even guilt. Like, "Are you sure you want me?" Like,
Wow.
just like that.
That's honesty is so powerful. So this poem spoke to you in a deeply personal way.
Absolutely, like it was like hearing my own thoughts and her words. Like her vulnerability gave me permission to accept my own.
That's what poetry should do, right? Like, it bridges the distance between two hearts across time, across places, and even across pain.
Exactly. And that's worth noting that Elizabeth never intended to publish these sonnets at first. They were private, or Robert's eyes only. That makes them even more sacred in a way.
Thank you so much for a heartwarming conversation with you.
It's our pleasure.
We're so glad that we are here.
It's also our pleasure to have both of you here in our podcast, and may we see you both again next time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So, Sonnet 23 shows us that the bravest kind of love is the kind that's unsure, and the kind that says, "I don't know if I'm worthy, but I want to try."
Elizabeth Barrett Browning teaches us that love can find us in the quietest place, in frailty, in fear, and still be strong enough to change everything.
So, to our dear listeners, if you have ever doubted your worth, or if you have ever hesitated to open your heart, we hope this episode reminds you that love doesn't wait for perfection. It shows up even in the most trembling hands.
Thank you so much to our guests and also to you for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and stay connected as we continue exploring the emotional power of poetry. Until next time,
Keep reading, keep feeling, and keep loving. So this has been Alpha Jane Bass,
and this is Crystal.
and this is Analytical Mind Podcast.
Is it ended so? If I lay her dead, but is thou miss any life in losing mine? And I'll put the sun, redeem our cold will shine. Because of great thoughts falling from my head, I marveled, my beloved, when I read thy thoughts so in the letter. I am dying, but so much to thee. Can I pour thy wine while my hands tremble? And my soul, instead of dreams of death, visions love's lower range. Then love me, look at me, breathe on me. As brighter ladies do not count it strange for love to give